everybody.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Sarah, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited right now. I'm like just shaking with excitement and nerves.
Aw. I love your background.
Thank you. I just put it all together today.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very cool.
On me, and thank you.
Very fancy.
I wanted to look like I'm tuning in from outer space.
Nice.
It worked.
Adds to the ambiance. Do you usually use a green screen on your channel?
See, I don't. I'm planning on getting that eventually. That's just on my list of many things that I need to get equipment-wise. So I just use like these fabric backgrounds for right now.
Oh.
Yeah, and I try to straighten it out as best as I can so it looks like a green screen. But
wow, you do a really good job because it does look. I thought it was a green screen actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Terrence is welcoming you to the chat. Terrence.
Hi,
is
Terrence.
Do you know Terrence?
Hi, Terrence.
He looks familiar.
Well, Terrence is everywhere, so you've probably seen him.
That's Terrence, Sarah. Hey, MSJ. Everyone's
Hey.
all over the world.
Yeah.
They're tuning in from all over the world for you, Sarah.
Every corner of the universe.
Yeah.
We're going worldwide.
I should say, hey, Curly, how's it going?
Oh, good. Great.
It always feels weird because backstage we all say, hey, how's it going? What are you up to? Blah, blah, blah. And then you go online and I feel stupid saying, hi, guys. How are you tonight?
Right.
Yeah, let's just redo what we just did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just do a redo. Like that was just like a preview. That was a rehearsal backstage.
Yeah. And everybody, just so you know, Nye will be here. But she had to work, so she's going to rush to get on, and we'll hang around for a bit.
All right. Now get your ass back in here quick.
Yeah, get here soon, girl.
Run. We want to see that purple hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I did see that. That looks good on her.
That stuff is crazy. I can't get over that hair color.
Yeah. Temporary hair color, baby. That's the thing. That's the way to go.
Does it actually look like that in real life?
Yeah, it does. Well, for the first couple of days anyways, then it starts to kind of fade. And then, once you wash your hair once, it's going to be all gone. But the first couple of days when you do it, when you apply it, it looks really good. Especially if it's like bright lightning. It really vibrates in bright lightning.
Does it stain the sink and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, no, not the sink really. It will wash right off because it's water soluble. So like when you wash in your hair, you're gonna notice the first time you apply shampoo, you're gonna notice it all over the place. But then once you rinse out the shampoo, it's gonna rinse it out from the sink too. But like it will stay in your clothes though, so don't wear nothing white when having that in your hair. It will wash out of your clothes easily, but I'm just saying, like it will stain it.
Right. I'll have to try that sometime for sure. I think I have to order it though. I don't think they have it. I don't think I've seen it.
It's online. You have to order it online.
Cool. Okay. Oh. Hey, how are you?
Hey.
They always comment on my videos all the time, so that's cool. Thanks for stopping by.
Mine too. That person is cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a few people in the chat now. So, Sarah, your channel is called Search with Sarah, and your Instagram is a happy little ghost.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I always forget that one. It's very cute though. So tell everybody about your channel. Like what you do.
On Search with Sarah, I try to keep it to mysteries, legends, and the paranormal. Because when I first started, I wanted to just do like ghost hunting here and there, like where I go like on site somewhere, or I talk about haunted locations. But then I didn't really want to limit myself. So that's why I decided, like, let's expand it to, like, if I want to talk about Bigfoot or Mothman, then that can be included with the legends, and then mysteries, because I do like true crime stuff. I don't talk about it a whole lot. I did do one video at Christmas time
Right.
that was a true crime video, but then I started thinking more about like the mystery part of it. And so like I did a 2-part series on like the Matrix and the idea of the Matrix being like we're living in this simulation in real life. And then I started researching into it, and I found some scary stories of things that people have experienced in real life that they think we're living in a simulation.
Right.
And it's like it was like little strange things though. I can get into more detail about that later.
Okay.
But yeah, so my channel is still fairly new. I started it I had the idea during like quarantine, because I was watching 2020, you know, I was watching YouTube videos all the time.
Yeah, like all of us. All of us started in quarantine. No,
Right.
just kidding.
That was the time when you had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So I had my favorite YouTubers, which were Haley Reese. She does paranormal videos.
Yeah, I watch her.
Loie Lane. I think they're like friends, so they do videos together. So
they were
found out
friends.
about her.
They were friends.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
There's a little drama there.
Drama.
Little drama there, yeah.
We'll look into that.
We'll save that
later.
for another episode, yeah.
And I also really like Mr. Ballin. He does
yeah, I love his show.
Yeah, like he talks about like true, like just creepy things that happen, but he puts it into this storytelling format, and he's just such a perfect like narrator, and that just made me like, he has the backgrounds and stuff, so that's where I got that idea.
Cool.
So yeah, and then I kind of just took a little bit from like all the YouTubers I was watching and wanted to like put that into my channel.
Right.
So yeah, so I started with doing like series too. I did like the Fear in the Forest series, because I found all these different haunted forests that were cool. I was like, I can just turn this into a series.
Right.
And I was gonna go that route for a while. Like I had a whole schedule laid out for like an entire year, but I quickly learned that I cannot follow a schedule to save my life.
Like, kind of the problem we all have too.
Gosh.
Yeah. I know, it's like as soon as you plan, you think, oh, I'll plan it and it'll be organized. But then you get like, oh, but I don't feel like reviewing that or talking about that today. So you fall off the schedule.
Does not go that way.
Because my brother started YouTube also. It's like he and I are like sibling rivalry. It's like we always do the same things. So he started his channel, and he gives me tips all the time because he's really good with all the equipment stuff.
Right.
But he always just teases me. He's like, you need to have a schedule. And I'm like, I don't. And it's working fine for me. Like, just leave me alone.
Yeah. What's his channel?
So his channel is, he has like 2 different ones.
Okay.
He started like a clothing brand. It's called the Wildlife Collective. Oh. And so he does it's like extreme sports.
Okay.
So he'll like travel around. He races motorcycles and does all this extreme stuff. So he does that. And then his other one, he started like a little documentary series on this other guy that races motocross. So his is more like a movie format. You feel like you're watching a movie or something. But
right.
I'm like, I might go big like that someday, but for right now, like, I can put like a documentary together on my travels or something, maybe.
Right. Yeah, well, the format that you have, considering you're saying you're really new, you're doing a really good job because I wouldn't have guessed that you were brand new.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Like I said, I was trying to do just a little bit from what I was seeing other YouTubers do, and I kind of just I'm still growing into like my own person on
Right,
YouTube, and I'm still trying to figure out what works best for me. So
right,
it's still trial and error, I think.
right.
But
Does it ever stop though? I don't know if you ever get to where you're finished and you're good.
I
Maybe.
don't think so. Honestly, because I'm always gonna want some better camera. I'm always gonna want like to do something that's just bigger and better, and like I see the big YouTubers do. But I think you get to a point where you can be too much of a perfectionist or too critical of yourself and what you
Yeah.
do, and you just need to kind of take a step back and chill and say, you know what, I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. You have to have fun.
Yeah, you just
Yes.
have to have fun with it.
Yeah,
Main thing.
yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
Most importantly, fun, fun.
Because if
Mhm.
you don't, it's just gonna start to feel like a chore every time you have to make a new video. You're like, God damn,
Yeah,
do this
totally.
again.
Yeah,
Exactly. And it was getting that way for me a little bit um last year because I'm still in school too. So I'm like balancing. I had two part-time jobs at one point, and then school, and then YouTube. And I had my schedule. I was trying to do my strange news every Wednesday and then do some other type of video on Fridays. And it did start feeling like a chore a little bit. And I realized like if I want to just have fun with this, I need to like get off the schedule and just let myself be creative and um, just do something that's fun. And honestly, that's why Strange News even started because um, I'm always like looking up like cryptids and like weird like current events that are happening. And I was like, this is fun to me. Like this I could talk about all day long.
yeah,
So
Mhm.
that was a game changer for me whenever I started Strange News, and I definitely think I'm going to keep that going for a long time.
right. How long do you research for before you do a video?
So for the Strange News ones, I just find an article and I just film. I don't prepare anything for those ones. But
Okay,
if I'm doing a series, it'll usually take me like 3 or 4 days. It's like it's not quite a week, but it's like
right,
a few days, and I can get information together for one video. And then
right.
as soon as that video is up, then I start doing my research for the next one. So I kind of try to keep that cycle going without stressing myself out too much.
Right. You're fast though. That's fast.
Hmm.
Because your videos have a lot of stuff going on. Do
Yeah,
you
I
edit? You edit and everything too?
oh yes. I
We're
used
doing
to
it wrong, girly.
Right?
I
Taking way too long to learn from her.
you know what I think it is? I think it's like for college, I'm used to like having a deadline because I'm an English major, so I know I have
Yeah,
to write like a 8 to 10 page essay or something, and I
yeah,
know if I just like keep going and just try to stay motivated, I can get it
yeah,
done, you know, in this
yeah,
amount of time. But again, I can't follow schedules, so
yeah.
sometimes sometimes it's a little messier than others. I know the one video I did at Halloween last year, I did like the classic Halloween monsters. And I had the vampire one up, and one of the comments I got was, "You look tired. Like, are you sleeping? Are you okay?" And I was like,
Yeah,
"Yes, I'm fine." But it was showing in my videos that,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
um, so yeah, you definitely don't want to wear yourself out,
Yeah.
but have
So,
fun with it.
what are the most fun things that you like to research? Because you do quite a
Um,
bit of different things.
Yeah, so I would say definitely cryptids right now. The hottest thing in cryptids right now is these big cat sightings. They've been happening in the UK specifically.
Right.
And it's so weird because there was one like at the end of June, and it was in Rodborough Commons. I can't pronounce the name. I just know it's Rodborough Commons, and then it's somewhere UK.
Yeah.
So it was someone who worked at like an ice cream shop. Like she was the manager at an ice cream shop, and she like looked outside and saw this like cat across the street or something, and she said it looked like a big like a black leopard or something. And so then it was spotted again on the farms in that area.
Right.
Like 2 weeks later, and I did videos on this. And now, this is probably like 5 days ago. This was like less than a week ago. There was a new report that came out that was near Sprowston, which is near Norwich, England. I think that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
And so, and there's a video for this one. So like you can look it up. It's insane because it looks like, so this is like 4 hours away from where the other ones were. So it could be like the same creature.
Right.
But it looks like this like Black Panther like walking through this field.
Right.
And there was this, I have his name here, Kevin Murphy. He runs the wildlife rescue organization around Sprowston.
Okay.
And so he looked at this video, and like his professional opinion is kind of that like it's a house cat. He's like the neck is short. It doesn't look like this carnivore that's, you know, looking for prey. But I don't know, if you look it up, like I think it does not look like a house cat at all. It's honestly like it's huge. And like I was thinking about like Maine Coon cats. I don't know if you've ever seen them. They can get like huge, but they have like long hair and stuff. And this cat, like, no, it's like short haired. It's dark. It's strange. And
hey, Kingor.
Hey, Kingor.
Hello.
We're talking about big black cats that are not supposed to be there.
So this kind of connects. But this kind of connects too with there's sightings of like Black Panthers in Pennsylvania.
Right.
I'm kind of like, my dad and I are like major fans of Stan Gordon. He does a lot of research with cryptids and UFOs around like the area where I live. He actually lives in the same town that I do.
Right.
And he's been on like a lot of like national shows, like talking about all of his research. And in his book, he has like these Black Panther sightings, and based on his research, he thinks that they're not flesh and bone, that they're like something interdimensional. And he says this about all cryptids too. Like he says, the reason why we don't see like bones of these creatures is because they're not like in the physical form. And it's so strange because he makes these connections to UFOs and like Bigfoot that's just bizarre. Like sightings that have happened in the same place on the same night, and it's just like it blew my mind.
Hey, Queen.
Hello. Yeah, but it just blew my mind. Like I went to a convention and listened to him speak, and all this stuff is just, it's so fascinating, but it just leaves you with so many questions.
Right.
Because nothing is proven. Like we, like it's just all like this person saw this person saw that, but it's like, you would think in 2022 with like the nice cameras that we have on our phones, at least like somebody would get like a good picture of something. But like even this recent video of the Black Panther, alleged Black Panther in
It's kind of a blurry
England.
photo.
Yeah, I mean it's just it's frustrating. It's like these people need to like get closer or something.
Do you ever watch the channel Slapped Ham?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what it
yeah.
makes me think of, those kinds of sightings and things,
Yeah.
like ghosty stuff, but they're never quite,
Yeah.
or it's too clear to be real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know.
So why do you think all these cats are like, why is that such a big topic right now? Why is that happening, do you think?
I have no idea. Honestly, like it could be like for some reason when you look at cryptid activity, it's like it'll pick up and it'll just be like sighting after sighting after sighting, and then you won't hear anything for a while.
Right.
It's like Pennsylvania, just a few weeks ago, like there was a guy like who was like, I found these footprints of a Bigfoot family, and so Bigfoot sightings, it seemed like, were picking up in Pennsylvania.
Right.
And now I've heard nothing about them. Like I go to search and I can't find anything.
Right.
So I don't know. It's like it just comes and goes in like these weird waves.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always different stuff that's trending that people see sighting. So
yeah, like people were reporting Mothman at the Chicago airport. This was like 3 months ago or something. I talked about that in a video, and now we're not hearing anything about Mothman except the convention coming up next month.
There's a convention?
Oh yeah, West Virginia, like they are
fun.
Like major Mothman fans. Like it is like their mascot. Like
right.
And that's what I think of when I look up the cryptids by state. It's like each state has this weird mascot. Like it's just because I am gonna start doing videos for the different states. I did Pennsylvania and New Jersey so far.
Right.
And I was surprised too to find that there were so many different cryptids for each state, because for New Jersey, I only expected to see the Jersey Devil. And then I go and start researching, and then I see there's Mantis Man. He looks like a praying mantis.
Yeah, I like that one.
In these lakes.
I saw your video.
And just it's all these like sea monsters on the Jersey coast, and I'm just like, what? Like I've never heard of this.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Yeah. So do you like cryptids and researching that, or do you like ghost stuff?
Well, I think both, honestly, like equally. Because my interest in all this really started with the paranormal. When I was a kid, I mean, Halloween was always my favorite holiday.
Right.
And my family would get together, and I would always be like, can we tell ghost stories? Because my aunt would always have like ghost stories to tell us.
Right.
And now when we get together for holidays, the conversations always turn into that anyway.
Yeah.
So that got me like into the paranormal. And I even have, oh my gosh, I have like stories of my own paranormal experiences too.
Right.
Or people that I've known.
Yeah.
And so I started visiting some places to just kind of like see what I can see. Like Gettysburg, Pennsylvania is supposed to be one of the most haunted places in the world, like entire world.
Right.
And so I've only been there like a couple of times, but the times that I've been there, I've experienced some weird stuff, I would say. That's definitely on my list of places to go back to, because I guess I can get into it. So I did like a ghost tour. I did a ghost tour there with my friend. I want to say this was like 2014.
Right.
And so we went. I don't know if you can hear the cars going by.
It's okay. I
Oh,
heard a
shoot.
little.
That sounded like a spaceship, to be
Yeah,
honest.
there you go.
It's spaceships around me.
The aliens are coming.
So, yeah, so when I went to Gettysburg, I went on this ghost tour, and like, you know, you don't expect to actually see something on a ghost tour. It's kind of just like, oh, you're gonna go and they're gonna tell you stories or like made up, whatever.
Yeah.
But my friend and I at the time, the tour let off in this area with all these trees, and it was super dark. There were like no lights around, and they were like, hey, if you guys want to take pictures here, you know, feel free. And so my friend and I just start walking through these trees and taking pictures. Next thing you know, like we turn around and everybody's like pretty much gone back to like the main path, and we're like, okay, I guess we're by ourselves now.
Yeah.
We didn't realize how far we had gotten away from everybody.
Hi, Anthony.
And
Anthony.
so when I looked, like we were going like kind of deeper into this like foresty area,
Right.
and saw this like flickering light. It looked like somebody carrying a lantern like coming at you. It was so weird because I thought this is just somebody trying to scare us because we're on this tour.
Right.
But the light was like moving closer toward us, and we couldn't see like a person or anything, but it looked like just like a floating lantern or something. It was like
Weird.
we honestly we just ran at that point, but that was a pretty bizarre experience in a place where a lot of people have experiences.
Right.
And like I'm in Facebook groups for Gettysburg, like I'm probably in every single one of them, and I just see weird pictures that people post there all the time. And so I'm planning on going back there in the fall because I wanna catch something. I wanna do some filming there for sure.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's just one of those cool like haunted little Civil War towns, you know.
Terrence made a joke. He says, "I'm not a ghost. I'm just very pale." Because just before that, Queen
You
said
could have fooled
she's had some
me.
paranormal experiences.
Could have fooled me, Terrence. I thought you was a ghost or a vampire.
Everybody's talking about ghosts. Oh boy. Okay.
So,
I have a story too. So out here in Victoria, there's like lots of ghosty stuff. There's tons of it. There's ghost tours and haunted places and all kinds of stuff. And there's this one square downtown. And I was at a meeting for work, and it's like a vintagey old wooden stairs and canopy and stuff where the place I was working at was, in this office that we were at. So I had to go up these stairs, right? I literally fell up the stairs, up the stairs, and then I got out. I thought, oh, I'm just stupid and clumsy, you know? And then I started to walk a little bit, and I slipped and I fell right down. And all these construction workers that were working on this space, instead of helping me, they were laughing at me like I fell.
oh no.
But then I went on a ghost tour with my friends like a week later, and they were saying that the square is known for having this one guy that actually like trips people or pushes people. And I was like, oh, that's weird.
Oh,
Like, I don't
so
know
he
for sure,
tricked
but
you.
it was weird because I fell up the stairs like I didn't. How do you fall up the stairs? You know?
Right? It is
But,
kind of weird.
It was
has
weird.
to be something paranormal.
Well, it was weird because
It
it
is
felt
pretty weird.
almost like my legs were not working, and I went down anyway. But
That's
yeah,
so weird.
me construction workers. But yeah. Anyway, that's my story.
Yeah.
So ghost tripped you.
A ghost tripped me. It happened. I don't have a photograph, but it happened.
I don't know. There are ghosts that like to play pranks on people. I posted I did a video on where I used to work. It was this office that was like super haunted.
Right.
And I would just go into work at night, and yeah, I would just hear like people talking, printers going off, people walking by the break room, and and there was nobody there. And
Yeah.
it's just like, I don't know if it is paranormal. Are they like, is it like funny to them? Like, I don't know. I'm a big why person too. I'm always asking why questions. And it's frustrating when you're researching paranormal because you can never really have an answer to that. Like those types of questions. Like it's just not something we can prove scientifically. And it's a lot of these researchers and people that study like demonology and the paranormal. You know, I don't know. I don't know where they get their information, right? Because it just seems like something that you could never quite get the facts with.
Right.
But that's what keeps me curious about it too, because I can form my own theories on different things that I research. And that's a lot of what I do. I take, you know, I'll just research. I do most of my research on the internet. I find like a million different sources, and I just take information from all these different sources and try to just piece together my own theory and thoughts on it. So
Yeah. Anthony's saying you have a great channel. He's a fan. You had a great video about experiencing a paranormal experience at your workplace. Yeah, that's what you were just talking about.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad to have you as a fan.
Was it scary working there though, or you just?
Yeah, there were some nights I just didn't want to go in.
Were you there by yourself, or was there maintenance people and stuff there, or you're just totally going in by yourself?
Totally by myself. The maintenance people came in like in the morning.
Right.
And so I was only there from maybe 5 to 9:30, but in that time frame it was just, especially like in the wintertime when it's pitch black outside and half the lights are off in the office building, and I don't know where the light switches are to turn the lights on anyway.
Right.
It's just I wonder too if like your mind plays tricks on you in a situation like that because you are by yourself.
Right.
It's like when you're home alone and you think a serial killer is breaking into your house or something. Like you hear a bump somewhere and it's, oh my God, someone's gonna come in here with a hatchet or something.
Queen says she loves your channel too.
Oh, thank you. That makes me feel so good.
She said she experienced a spirit in the same room as I was in, and damn near missed myself.
Well, spirits have that effect on you.
Terrence says getting ghost punked.
Told you, at my job we have a ghost clocking in sometimes. You know, like that machine where like you clock in, and when you clock in it says verify, thank you. And sometimes it says that when nobody, remember I told you that sometimes it says that when nobody touched it.
Yeah.
Like nobody touched it, nobody was near it, and it goes verified, thank you. So like, what was it verifying?
Do you ever
There's a
like
ghost.
you have people around you all the time though, don't you? At work mostly?
Yeah.
But still weird though.
But it's still a ghost.
Yeah. Yeah, still very weird. Yeah, it's funny when you go on tours and things, not as much stuff happens. I've gone on a haunted tour of this big landmark place that we have in town on Halloween kind of thing, and nothing happened. But then when you least expect it, weird things can happen.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing too. I think some people.
That's for you, Curly.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Bruce Willis. I think he's desperately trying to clock out.
Yeah.
He ain't clocking in.
I think some people are more in tune with like paranormal stuff. Like my aunt, she could pick up on strange energies. So she could walk into someone's house. She walked into my dad's house once and was like, I don't like the energy in this house. And
Yeah.
that scared me. And some people are just more observant and notice things too. And so that's what I wonder, like, you could have a paranormal experience that's something like so subtle, but I wonder, like, would you, like, do you really notice it unless you're thinking like that way? Like,
I have a really
you know.
freaky story, another one. Okay, so my dad passed away, like, it's been a few years now, but this was probably a couple of years after he passed away. And my daughter was, I think, I want to say maybe 9 at the time. And we were sleeping in the bed together. And I had a dream of my dad. And I woke up and I said, whoa, Abby, I dreamt about Papa. And she said, so did I. And she was pretty little still, right? I said, oh, what was your dream? So she said, Papa said to me, Mom, tell your mom she's not listening to me. Tell her to keep going. You want to know what my dream was? The night before, and I didn't tell her anything. I said, I was like kind of having one of those moments. I was praying to him, you know, talking to him, kind of like, what should I be doing with my life? Which direction I take? I'm really struggling with this, and I'm kind of having a hard time of everything. Slept, came into my dream, but he was in my dream, and he wasn't saying anything or doing anything. And then she told me that, and I was like, okay, then. Weird. That was really weird. I can't explain that one at all.
Yeah, that makes me think of a couple things. So my mom actually passed away in 2015. And around that time, my brother had a dream that he saw my mom with like angel wings. And she was like ascending, like, I don't know, ascending into heaven or something. And it freaked him out. Like, I don't, because it was just so vivid. And my cousin actually had the same dream around that time, which kind of freaked him out a little bit more. Like, and so that makes me think of, there's this philosopher, her name is Dr. Sharon Hewitt Rowlett.
Right.
She has been studying these like weird coincidences in like dreams and stuff.
Right.
And so, because I was curious about like visitation dreams where you see your loved ones and what it means.
Right.
And so basically there's 2 ways that you can analyze dreams like that. So when you experience the dream, if it's like you see the person and they're there, but they're almost like a cardboard cutout, and maybe you don't interact with them, and it just feels like, you know, they're there. It may just be something that you create in your own mind.
Right.
And then, so she was saying, like, if the person feels like a separate entity, however, and that they're there with this clear purpose, so, and maybe they speak to you, maybe they don't, but they do something that really draws your attention,
Right.
then you can look at that as a legitimate, like, message from the other side. Because if you know that it was something that made you feel like that person was really there, then you can interpret it that way. So I think like your experience, I definitely would say was a visitation dream. You know, that was probably your dad actually visiting.
Right.
So yeah, it's just and this makes me think of my boyfriend. He had a friend in Utah who died very tragically. It's so sad. Like he was like mountain climbing. It's just like crazy accident. And my boyfriend had this dream about his friend. Like he wasn't there when the accident happened, but it was just like his friend was showing him what happened to him in his dream, because he woke up so freaked out. But he's like, I was just thinking about my friend the other day, and then I have this dream about him.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know how you interpret that one, but it's interesting. It's like, if you're thinking about your loved ones that passed away and you have a dream like that, there has to be some kind of connection or attempt at communication, if you believe in the spiritual world.
Right. Yeah. I always go back to, because people have all different belief systems and things, right? I mean, some people believe that you're here and that's it, and you die and you go in the ground and you're done. And people believe you go on, and there's all sorts of things. I always question, though, how did we get here?
I know. Oh
that
my gosh.
always makes me circle in my head. But how did we get here?
Know.
That is the question.
I know.
Yeah.
This is
Lots of
what I was talking about earlier.
philosophical questions out there. How did we get here?
How did we get here?
Why are we here?
Why are we here? Yeah.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah. It just goes kind of on and on and on. So it just makes me think. I think it's important to kind of listen to things and be a little open to stuff anyway, rather than kind of closed off to things. But
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Queen is saying, my mom passed away in 1990. My son was 1 when I saw him walking towards me with his hand in the air as if he was holding someone's hand, and he kept saying gam gam. Ah,
interesting.
Yeah, when my brother was a baby, and I think he wasn't our grandfather. He would have been like a step grandfather. So he passed away, and my brother was like saying something, whatever my brother used to call him. I don't know if he called him like grandpa or what he would call him, but he was like standing in his crib, and he was like, saying that, and my mom was like so freaked out. And then recently, on the same subject, my uncle passed away last November, and my cousin's kids were seeing his spirit, I believe, because like she was telling me, this kid used to call him Pappy, and he's, in his room, like in his crib, and he's saying like mumbling something and saying Pappy, like he was talking to his Pappy, and she had some weird stuff happen. It was all in the same week, like after he passed. She had fish tanks. She'd put the lights on and shut them off for the night, and then they'd come back on, and just heard like footsteps, like just things that that
you can't quite explain.
Yeah. And honestly, like, because that was my dad's brother, and I told him all about that. And for him, it was like some comfort, because he took it as, well, it wasn't anything like scary that he did, so maybe that really was him just visiting and just doing like what he did in life and death. But yeah, it depends on how you interpret it.
Anthony's got a good question. Do any of you think spirits could visit non-believers in an afterlife, or only those open to the possibility?
I think that it could happen to anyone. I think spirits could visit anybody, but I think we don't always notice it.
Yeah.
That's like, if you are more open to that, you are going to notice it more, I think. But I feel like it could happen to anybody.
Right. Yeah. I think I agree there too. What about you, Curly?
I don't think spirits visit the non-believer.
They don't visit the non-believer?
No, they don't want to do nothing to do with us, people that don't believe. They don't want See that ghost at my job, it's just there, but it don't visit me specifically.
Yeah.
Queen saying, I think non-believers experience it, but they are too scared to believe it. It's real, so they block it out of their minds.
Maybe
That could be true
subconscious.
too. Yeah, absolutely.
It was
And
weird because Anthony's comment repeated twice, and we've been having issues with Instagram and
Must be
stuff.
a ghost in the
Duplicate.
chat.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird.
Yes.
Yeah, strange. So you research stories about the paranormal and report as opposed to go out ghost hunting, right?
Yeah. Yes, but I would like to do more videos where I go out. I love doing. When I was in Georgia, I went to Lake Lanier. There were
Okay.
so many crazy stories about that. So I do have a video of me walking around there. I did not discover anything substantial, but I do understand that when you just because you go to a place that people say is haunted, it doesn't mean you're gonna see a ghost.
Right.
But yeah, when my brother and I were walking through the woods around that lake, you could hear like things walking around. Like we thought we heard something that sounded like a bear. Honestly, it was like big, heavy footsteps behind us, and there was nothing around us that could have made these big, heavy footstep sounds. And so I have to wonder too, because it's kind of like what we were just saying, like being open to it or not. Like I was kind of going there in my mind thinking I'm gonna capture a ghost or something, and then I get these weird footsteps. But a lot of people pass away in that lake, and it's just I feel like it's cursed or something, because there's like a cemetery that's underneath the lake because it's man-made. So anytime like stuff like that happens, I feel like there has to be some spirits that are not at rest or something, when we have a graves involved, and especially underwater graves that were flooded because of some ancient feud. So it conjures up dark energy, and I think that's what you get in these Civil War towns too, like Fredericksburg. I went there and I did like a walk around video, and we kind of got the same thing. It was me and my brother again, and he was hearing things that I wasn't hearing. He thought he heard like a cannon being fired in the distance at one point. It was just like he thought he heard like gunshots near the battlefield or something, and maybe he's like a psychic or something, or more of a psychic than I am. But I would not say I'm a psychic by any means, by the way. But I don't know. I think sometimes if you are out looking for it, I think you'll have some type of experience.
Right. So do you believe in like dark energies as well as, or just people passing away and their souls are, and some are assholes and some are cool and they wander the planet, and
I tend to,
or there's dark demons and stuff.
I have to believe that demons are real, just because I've read a little bit about some of these demonic possessions, and it's creepy. Like people speaking languages that they don't know. I mean, how do you explain that? Like people just speaking Latin words, like a little 10-year-old girl speaking Latin. It's just stuff like that makes me believe that there has to be demonic spirits. Let me backtrack. Demonic entities, because they're not quite like spirits or ghosts.
Right.
But I do think that there's like earthbound spirits, which would just be like ghosts, and those are just like people, that are maybe trying to move on still. Like they have some type of unsolved business that they need to attend to.
Right.
Which is traditionally the view of ghosts, is that they have some kind of unfinished business.
Right.
So I do tend to agree with those ideas.
Yeah, I do too. There's a lot of stuff out there that's been written and recorded that's a little hard to, hard to explain. I'm not saying I don't know for sure, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there that's pretty crazy, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm under that belief too, that, and I don't believe we're here on, I hate to think that we're just here on this planet to do this and then that's it, because that would suck,
Right.
What if we are though?
I don't believe it. Too many things have happened for me, and once again I come back to that question of how did we get here? How did we get here?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, and it's interesting, because like I did mention to you, Karen, how I was looking up like lucid dreams,
Right.
and there's a belief in, I think it's a Christian belief, that lucid dreams, if it's like a dark dream, that it's showing us, its purpose is to show us something about our human nature or something that we have to change about ourselves. And then if you have a dream that maybe shows you something very positive or this divine light, that it can be viewed as evidence of an afterlife,
Right.
depending on what happens in the dream. I have a lot of dreams. I think I might have said this already, where I'm being chased by like a serial killer, and just where I'm being like chased by someone. And there's so many weird like possible meanings to that, because I'm like, what could that possibly be telling me? Is that telling me something about my own like fate, or what does this mean?
Right.
And so it could be, let me see if I can find it in my notes here. Oh, okay, yeah. So one is like, it's an emotional release, like you're gaining control over a situation and you're feeling like overwhelmed or overworked or something like that, but you're slowly gaining control of things in your life and becoming more comfortable with your position in life.
Right.
And honestly, that kind of fits me to a T. But but I've been having these dreams my whole life. So another meaning is that it's pent up aggression. So I don't know how they get this all from being chased by a serial killer, but you have pent up aggression. You're laying the groundwork for some type of growth, which kind of goes back to the other idea of just getting yourself to a better position in life. And then another one is maintaining balance, like you're going back and forth on some type of decision you have to make.
Right.
And it's so crazy to me how like they come up with these like interpretations, like that's just, but maybe it is that I have some type of something I'm like working through, and I feel like maybe I'm chasing something, but it's I wonder, I do wonder for sure, like what it could mean about me and how I can get the dreams to stop. And
I would kind of look at the dreams as what you think they mean. I mean, you can use that as a guideline, but yeah, more or less what you kind of can think that it means. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever had a dream like that before, of a serial killer chasing. I've certainly had like, like walking through the mud, or, not being able to move very fast, or, and I always think of that as being, I'm constantly worried about everything all the time. So that's just the kind of person that I am. And so, just being overwhelmed by everything all the time, not being able to relax. But I'm just going to catch up on some of the things. Terrence said something a while ago. Let me go back. Okay. I would not say I was closed-minded, but I need proof. Same with all the alien mumbo jumbo too.
Yeah.
You are an
Absolutely.
alien,
Same way.
Terrence. You are an alien, Terrence. We
No,
don't know that
Terrence.
you're real. We don't know you're
Terrence is
real.
a vampire. Get it right.
True. It's true. You're right.
There's
Hey,
like,
Echo.
Hi, Echo. Oh,
I
Echo.
don't know, people can classify themselves as a believer or a skeptic or a skeptical believer that's somewhere in the middle. That's sort of where I'm at. Like, I believe some things, but I also need some evidence. So I'm
I
sort
look
of
at
like
it as
skeptical.
learning. I'm always looking at it as learning. I don't like closing myself off and deciding this is crap. I hate this.
Right.
I think ever since I went to university, I'm all about researching and learning and
Mhm.
more and more information. And I know you're talking about how you're really busy right now, but that ethic that you have, it'll never stop. You'll forever be doing that. Yeah, once you get into researching, you're constantly reading and
Absolutely.
studying things and digging stuff up. So so for
Yeah.
me, I think that's what it is for me, just learning as much as I can. And I'm always open, and it seems like there's always new stuff out there, that you can learn about.
Exactly. There's always some new study or something
Yeah.
that someone's come up with.
Yeah, for sure. Do you apply any of this stuff that you're doing for your channel to your school, or no? It's separate.
Not so much, but if I was
Oh,
doing
You
creative
guys,
writing,
can I stop you for a sec?
What
There's
happened? Is there?
there's a deer outside my window.
Oh.
There's two. There's a baby with spots. There's a baby with little spots. Oh, you can't see.
Ah, I can't see it. Oh, I see
Oh,
movement.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Can you
see
see,
it kind
Kenzo?
of.
Oh, it's a
Oh, I
little
just looked up. Okay,
baby.
I do see it. Oh, that
It
is
was like
cute.
the baby still
Little
has spots.
little
Sorry.
I
Bambi.
love that.
Little Bambi. Yeah, sorry. That was magical.
Mhm.
That was something.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was cute.
Sorry.
It
It
could
must be
be.
nice to live somewhere where you have deer outside your window.
I
That's
know.
weird. I don't know
All
why
I
they
get outside
do.
my window is stray cats fighting and maybe an occasional possum.
Crazy. I live in the city though. That's the thing. But
Oh, yeah.
the black-tailed deer are protected, so they can't do anything about them. And I think as we completely mess up the environment, they're slowly gravitating towards, and it's so
Mm.
dry out here. It shouldn't be,
Mhm.
but the lawns are watered, so of course they come to where the lawns are green and they can eat,
Mhm.
right? So I'm waiting for
Cute.
one day for there to be like a cougar or something that follows, because we have cougars
Or one
too.
of them black cats.
Or one of those black cats. Yeah.
Cryptid.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah.
interrupt, but it was like, oh my God, it's a baby with spots.
Yeah,
I have
cute.
so many deer around here in Pennsylvania.
Do you?
Because I live around like state parks, so the deer like to hang around in the state parks because no one can go hunting in those areas.
Right.
And they'll walk like right up to you. I mean, they're
Mm.
pretty chill because they have nothing to be scared of really when you go through those parks.
Right.
And I see like foxes and things like that all the time. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't see most of it's out like up island at the parks and that kind of thing. But yeah, we have a
Mhm.
lot of deer, right? Like I'm on really a busy street actually too. So
Mm.
it doesn't make
Well,
any sense.
That's where the
that's
deer like
cool.
to hang out. They like to
Yeah.
be where the cars are for some
Maybe they
reason.
wanted to be on a new episode of Spirits and Screams. They
They
knew it was
did.
live.
I
Yeah.
planned that. I planned it.
Yeah. They
That
were
was crazy though. The
they
baby
were
one.
like, let's go photobomb them real quick.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not cryptids, but we could
No.
be for the
Added
video.
is like a special addition to the whole thing in
Yeah.
effect.
That's
You
it.
never know. They might have ghosts in them. Maybe they like possess.
Ooh.
There goes. Yeah. That's so crazy. But it's neat. Yeah, it's neat really seeing that. But growing up as a kid, I'm from the middle of Canada and there's so much nature. I never saw anything. And I move out to the West Coast now and there's like animals everywhere.
Well, like I said, I would rather have deer outside my window than them stray cats and the damn possums.
Oh, yeah, we have a lot of possums too, actually.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't think we have those out here at all. We have
yeah.
raccoons. Raccoons
Yeah,
out
I
here
never
too.
Me
knew we
too.
had possums, but apparently we do.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I missed it. She missed it all.
Aw, well, she'll
Oh,
catch it on a playback.
Could you guys
no.
see a little? Not really. It's kind of hard seeing through the
Not
blinds.
anymore.
No, but
But before I could see it, like I could see it moving. It was cute.
yeah, super duper cute. Crazy. Okay. What else do we need to talk about? What is some of the weirdest stuff that you've read about recently? Like really bizarre, like crazy.
Probably some of the like UFO sightings recently. I mean, obviously the government came out with, released that information. It wasn't like anything substantial, but I don't know, like that was another thing Stan Gordon talked about when I went to see him in May, and he said it's just like there's always some new sighting of weird lights in the sky, and anytime I do my research for my strange news, I'm always finding something about some type of like one was like this weird noise that was vibrating all through this one area. I can't remember where this was, but they were kind of blaming that on aliens and
Everything is aliens now.
everything is aliens.
No,
Bye
Nye says she's
bye.
coming. She's eating at Sonic right now, and they're getting ready to
Okay.
leave. You missed the deer, Nye.
Yeah, you missed the cute baby deer sighting. Little Bambi.
Some other weird stuff, like I'm planning on visiting Cape May, New Jersey in a few
Right.
weeks. So I am gonna do like a video walking around there.
Cool.
There is a haunted lighthouse at the one park, and people claim to see a light keeper
Right.
in this white dress, and she's carrying a lantern in one hand and a baby in the other hand.
Wow.
A whole baby,
um,
huh?
there's several haunted hotels in that area. It's so expensive to stay at like any of the ones I looked at, though. It's like
Really?
if you want to book 2 nights, it's like $800. I'm like, what?
Wow.
It's a very upscale haunted little town, I think. um there's the Congress Hall, which I think is a hotel now, but people see like the uh the cleaning staff report like the shadows around the building, and they'll hear like radios and TVs in rooms where no one's staying.
Right. So do you think a lot of the ghost hunting teams that go out and do
Trash
these
that.
videos, hey Trash Dash, that it's expensive to stay in these hotels and do these
Yeah.
hunting?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of places in Pennsylvania I want to go to, but it's like you have to book way in advance, and
Right.
it's like at least $200 for to get in, and then if you want to like bring your own equipment, you have to pay extra or whatever. It's
Right.
that's the frustrating part about it. But a lot of places I found you can go to a lot of places for free, and the paranormal stuff happens everywhere. You don't have to pay money.
This is true. Yeah.
Which is nice, because there's also well, actually, I think I do have to pay money to go to this, but in Cape May, there's the
Hi, Coral Bailey.
Hey Cal.
if you go to the one beach, there's this World War II bunker, and people see like the ghosts of soldiers and like on the bunker and walking around on the beach.
Right.
And there's people that sneak in there at like 3 a.m. which I am not gonna do. I mean, that's one way to get out of
I'm
pain,
not
I guess.
sleepy now. I'm just tired.
um,
And that'd be cool. So would you go with some form of equipment to ghost hunt, or just go with your camera and check it out?
I want to get something. I want to get like one of those like voice boxes where you can get you can use to communicate. Those are I mean those you can just buy on Amazon. Just I gotta
Yeah, you can.
load up my Amazon cart with some ghost hunting equipment. I'm looking to get something like that to start, but I'm
Right.
also kind of worried what I might get if I get this voice box. Like, what's it gonna say to me?
Yeah. You
What
can
about
also,
those haunted apps on the phone where you can talk to ghosts?
you can do that too.
Yeah, that's true. I've tried those before. Some of them have a lot of ads though. Like
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's a ghost ad.
the ghost ad.
I have a little handheld recorder too, just a talking recorder you'd use for class or
Yeah.
whatever. That would work too.
That's yeah, absolutely. I mean, things like that. Sometimes these like I watch Ghost Adventures. I mean, when they first started out, they would use. I think they still use like basic tape recorders and
Yeah.
ask questions, play it back.
Yep.
Um,
It's a necrophonic app I know that I've downloaded before, but you do have to pay for it. It's like $3 or something. It's not very
Oh,
expensive. And then
talking
you
to
have it
ghosts
forever.
ain't free.
Well, it could be free, but then you got ads.
Right,
Oh,
because
there's
ghosts
Ouija board, Terrence is right.
definitely have ads in Ghost World.
There's a Ouija board.
Oh yeah, there's a Ouija board.
Yeah, I see Terrence's question. I have something to say about Ouija boards. Not a personal experience I had, but my mom, when she was little, they had a Ouija board. It was like her and her stepsister. They're all just like asking it questions. And this thing told her that she was going to have 2 kids, a boy and a girl. and she did. She had me and my brother. And it was like I don't know. When they tried to throw this thing away, it like they had it out in their trash can outside. Like it was way at the bottom of the trash can, and they like go in the house, whatever. They come out the next day, and it's sitting on top of the trash can.
Weird.
And yeah, so I've never owned a Ouija board myself. Just after my mom told me that story, I just think that freaked me out, and I
Yeah.
don't think I would ever use one.
Yeah, Terrence is even saying he may be a skeptic, but would not mess with a Ouija board. I know, I kind of
Yeah.
feel
Right,
that way
Terrence. You're afraid of the demons coming to get you.
The trash test said, I had a light bulb that was burned out for 2 months. Light up all of a sudden made me think it was a ghost in the room.
Might be. You never know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Mm.
There was this
Queen would not use a Ouija board either.
okay, yeah.
I think most people are pretty like not cool with it.
Yeah.
Oh, why hasn't Ouija board gone out of business yet? Seems like nobody's using it.
Everybody buys them and they don't use them.
I
Yeah.
know. You still see them in the stores, like
And in a toy store too, right? Like a
yeah,
a game.
like right next to Twister and
Yep.
and Monopoly and Ouija
Yeah.
board.
I used to work in a gift shop and we actually got them in at Christmas one year, and people were legit freaked out. Like they wouldn't even go near that part of the store. They wouldn't talk about it. They were like telling us you should not be selling those things, and it was crazy.
I'm even scared of the T-shirts that have that design on them, like with the Ouija board, or like a purse that I saw. I was like, this is such a cute purse, but I do not want that.
Don't want to
on
mess
it.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Betsy
Yeah,
Johnson, came out
A
with
Ouija
this whole,
board purse.
yeah, Betsy Johnson like came out with this whole
Sounds like a
Halloween
cool
line.
purse.
And I mean, it looks cool. She has like a black cat one with like a witch's hat that's like super cute. I might get that one. Not the Ouija board one.
Anthony says he
Uh-oh.
used a Ouija board once. As much of a skeptic as I am, comments jumped. As skeptic as I am, let's just say I would probably not use it again.
Oh,
Don't.
what happened? Details.
But like, do you still have it? Do you need to throw it away? Because it might resurface to the top of the trash. And you're not supposed to burn them either.
You have to give
Why?
it away
I think you have to,
because
like,
it releases all the demons into the earth. Come on.
you're supposed
Curly.
to cut it.
Oh.
You cut it into pieces and then you
I don't know.
bury the pieces of it.
Really?
Separately?
I don't know if you cut it into, I don't know how many pieces, but that's what I've heard.
Would you ever do a
Hmm.
video on Ouija boards? Like things that have happened?
Yeah, actually that's a really good idea. I'll have to put that in my notes.
That could be
Mhm.
interesting.
Videos
Just
of
the
me.
different stories. There'd probably be lots of stuff that you could talk about.
Oh, absolutely. Or like who even invented it, you know? So I don't
Demon.
even know. The demons.
Queen is not with the Ouija boards at all.
Mhm.
But I mean, if you never use it, it can't hurt you, right? If you never actually communicate with a
No.
demon.
That's
So
true.
if you buy like a purse with a Ouija board print on it, it can't hurt you because you ain't using it.
Yeah, like the Ouija board itself, like it's just a communication tool.
Oh wait, he said
Okay, go
Ouija
ahead.
board told him Tupac was still alive. So you know what? It might be true.
It might be, yeah.
Did it tell you he's hiding in Cuba somewhere?
Queen would leave it at church.
Hmm.
Oh, Trash Dash is saying, are tarot cards anything to do with ghosts?
I do not know much about them, but I know
I don't
like
think so.
if you have like psychic abilities, I know like people like that know how they work and are able to like read them the right way. Like that's kind of another thing I wouldn't really mess with because I don't know much about that.
Yeah,
You know,
there's
and that's what
two
scares
belief
me.
systems with that. Like people do read them, and other people feel it's the same kind of concept as a Ouija board. Like it's a pathway or a gateway.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. And I mean, there's people that are like psychic and work on like practice their abilities for years and they're like comfortable doing that or doing seances or whatever. I could never get to that point. Mostly because I don't have any psychic abilities that I'm aware of, but except maybe being a little bit of an empath. I wanted to do research into that because I feel like I may be a little bit of an empath.
Mm.
But I don't know that really has to do with spirits and things like that as much.
Queen saying her daughter does tarot card readings, but as long as she doesn't read her tarot, as long as she doesn't do her.
Yeah. Like
She probably already did secretly. She just never told you.
I was always scared of those like apps or websites that will tell you the date that you're gonna die. Like, no.
Oh, it was a movie about that. Remember the countdown movie about that app? You download it on your phone and it tells you how much you have to live.
What movie is
I've heard of
that?
that.
The Countdown. I think it was on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on there.
I think it is because I think I did see that recently. I might
Yeah.
watch it. Yeah.
It's that app. You download this app and it tells you exactly how many days and hours, seconds, whatnot you have to
Hey,
live.
Terrence is saying
No,
this.
thank you.
What do you think of wearing secondhand clothes? Queen says they could be haunted. If that were true, then I am the most haunted man in Scotland. Well, you are, Terrence. You are.
Yeah, you are haunted, Terrence.
Oh.
I do think that spirits can attach themselves to items. And I don't know if it's like, I don't know, but I went to an estate sale once and it just like the stuff you would see in there, it's like, it just makes me think of like what was that movie where they bought a Dybbuk box and like it was like this house had a bunch of things that just looked like Dybbuk boxes, and I was like, if I like I don't know, things could be
Oh, the
attached to objects.
possession. It's called the possession, I think, with the little girl, right?
Yeah.
When they
Yeah.
bought the Dubik box at the uh fair or something, or like a flea market
Yes.
sale or some shit.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like buying other people's stuff or yeah, that scares me a little bit. Antiques, like if I go into an antique store, I would be very careful about what I'm purchasing. But anything could be possessed, I
Oh
guess.
shit, I have a lot of secondhand dolls in my house. I
Maybe
wonder
you
if
don't
they are
believe,
possessed.
so you're good.
Oh,
You're all
like I
good.
said, see, they don't bug me.
All the dolls, it'd be funny tonight. All the dolls fall off the shelf.
Do you have any named Annabelle?
I do, actually. It's a little Annabelle doll.
Yes, the Exorcist doll too.
Yeah, I
Oh.
have that too.
Easy. Anthony says, long story short, it was seemingly moving on its own. It felt like whoever we were in touch with was messing with us, and it was a disturbing experience.
Mm.
Yeah, if it's moving on its own, don't mess with it. Let it move on out of your house.
It's because you all summoned me, that's why. It was me.
Queen
I was
said
moving.
that her daughter probably did do the reading behind her back.
Aw.
See?
And that's eerie, very creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Queen says she doesn't buy anything from Goodwill or Salvation Army. Spirits are all over those items.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I
I've never
mean,
thought about that before.
I know because I do buy things at Goodwill.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we do too.
Yeah, a lot of like dishes and stuff. Do you think they would be attached to like dinner plates?
Hey, well, maybe the ghost was a dishwasher or something.
Queen, are they attached to dinner plates and things like that? And Terrence is saying there should be a, sorry, that's why I was laughing, detergent for exercising my wardrobe. Calgon ghosts be gone. You should do that as merch,
Yeah,
Terrence.
extra strength.
Oh. Terrence does have the jokes.
He always does.
Trash Dash says there was a creepy doll at the thrift store that would talk by itself. When someone walks by it, it would say, "Peekaboo, I see you." Oh, that would be You need that
That would be fun to have at your house.
You need that, Curly, for your collection.
Yeah, totally.
That's like-
Put it on my shelf.
That's like the worst thing I can say too. Like of all things.
Do you have dolls that talk, Curly?
No, no talking dolls, no.
You need one.
I know, right? Those are too expensive. Maybe a beast
a
ghost
beast.
is attached to the plate. Yeah, or ghost of a dishwasher.
Or like Slimer from Ghostbusters, the green guy, eating all the food.
Robert the doll. Wasn't that a movie?
It was.
I
I
think it
have
was.
yet to watch the whole thing because it was boring. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I'm probably
I've
gonna
heard
get-
about it.
I
I've heard that it's not all that great.
couldn't watch all the way through. Different from the story, I think, but Queen said she watched the movie. I just didn't watch all the way through. I got part way through twice and I couldn't finish it.
You just kept the ghosts just keep getting to you.
No, it was boring. It was just boring.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, I've
It's
never
on
seen it.
TV, I think.
I've seen the picture of it. I know exactly what it looks like, but I've never seen the movie.
Trash Tash says, found 5 Robert movies at the Dollar Tree. That's
Oh,
crazy.
shit. That must mean it really is boring if they just out there, nobody's even buying them.
I don't know if my Dollar Tree has movies. I'll have to look next time I'm in there.
Oh, God. Queen.
I'm gonna buy all the Robert.
She
the Doll
said
movies.
Robert the doll looks like William Dafoe.
That's funny.
Oh
I don't
god.
know who that is.
All the
either.
Robert movies are boring and life draining. Okay.
Oh damn.
No.
That's my cue not to rush out there to watch it.
It's on Tubi.
Mm.
Free. There's
I
commercials
mean,
though.
we have some hidden gems on Tubi, but we also have some hidden misses.
Anthony says, I only saw a ghost documentary which told the original story. Yeah, the story's pretty cool. Like,
Mhm.
I didn't even know it was based on a true story. Interesting.
I think
Yeah.
they had the doll on an episode of Ghost Adventures or something. Zach Bagans did that series because he owns that haunted museum. And,
Vegas.
yeah.
Mm.
And he had the doll there. I think that was where I saw it. And they were like, he was like holding it and he was like trying to be nice to it because I guess if you disrespect it, then you could be cursed or something.
Oh, do you ever do videos on curses?
I want to look into it because I mean, this kind of goes back to like what we were talking about with like cursed objects and things like
Right.
that. I think that's where I would start. In cursed places too, like Lake Lanier is supposedly the lake is cursed because of its history. And if you look into a lot of places like the history, I mean, there could be cursed land anywhere with like Native American folklore. I mean, there's a lot of there's
That was weird. You just said that. My lights dimmed.
ooh.
That's
shit.
never happened before. I was just
Oh shit, there must
that's
be
weird.
ghosts about.
My daughter's
Yeah.
part First Nations, her dad on her dad's side. So
Yeah.
that was just really weird.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Mm.
carry on.
Yeah, I mean, Native American folklore has a lot of stuff like that, but places like the Aokigahara Forest, which I did in my Fear in the Forest series, they say like that place is haunted or cursed. Sorry.
Right.
And they find like dolls that are like nailed to the trees, and they don't know like why the dolls are there, and
Right.
so I don't know what's going on there, like who's bringing the curses, but that's what I wonder too, like if something's cursed, like where does it come from? Is it like some kind of dark, like something dark that people are like worshiping, or like are people doing spells or something? I don't know.
Right. Do you know any good movies on curses, Curly?
On curses, well, just like the ones that everybody knows about, like Joe and the Grudge. That's a great movie about
Mhm.
curses.
Yeah.
I like how the curse spreads like a virus. You know, anybody that went to that house is automatically cursed,
Mhm.
and wherever they go, they bring that curse with them.
Mhm.
And speaking of Ohigahara Forest, I think where it supposedly started over there, well, at least that's what they said in the movie, The Forest. I don't know how accurate that was, but I think on Wikipedia they said the same thing, that back in the day in Japan, people used to take people to that forest that they basically wanted to live there to die, like the
Right.
elderly
Mhm.
people,
Yeah.
that they couldn't
Mhm.
afford to take care of them, and they used to leave them there. So
Mhm.
that's how it
Yeah.
became cursed.
Yeah, that's interesting. That'd be a cool place to well, would it be cool? It'd be an
I
interesting
would
place to
totally
go.
walk into that forest.
Yeah.
What's that?
I would totally go there.
It would be really cool. That would be a cool
Yeah, but like during the day and with a group of
day.
people,
Mhm. Make sure you don't get lost.
right?
Tash says, how about the Poltergeist Curse? They used real skeletons in that movie and a ton of bad luck happened behind the scenes.
Yeah, I've heard about all the bad luck that happened behind the scenes of that movie.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? The weird stuff that with horror movies that like curse
I
kind of or
can't
ghosty
believe-
things happen.
I can't believe that they would use like real skeletons though. That's like, where did they get
For
them from?
authenticity.
Yeah, like
Back in the day we did crazy crazy ass things to make movies.
yeah, I want to look into that too and see, because I know, like, I've heard of movies that were filmed in like certain places and things like happening behind the scenes like that, like actors experiencing like just weird stuff. I can't think of any in particular.
Exorcist.
Okay.
Yeah, Exorcist.
Okay. Yeah.
It was first behind the scene.
Hmm.
You know, I often think though a lot of movies that do that, I mean, maybe things do happen, but you kind of wonder if it's just a PR stunt too
You never know.
to get people
Yeah.
to the movie.
Right.
Maybe not always. And some of the movies, like even The Exorcist, was filmed over the course of time. Things are bound to happen in a year or whatever, you know, that like people pass away or somebody does get injured on the set. I mean, that happens in workplaces all the time too. Sorry, I'm not trying to like I believe in ghosts and demons and everything, but the movie stuff's all fake.
Everybody died that was involved in the movie.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying you could go either way with it, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it would be interesting to hear stories about it, like things that have happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be fascinating.
That makes me think of like The Curse of Oak Island, that it's like a TV series.
Right.
And like they think that there's like this treasure buried on this island, and I don't really watch it. My dad and my brother have seen literally every episode of this, but it's like a real life thing. Like these guys are searching for this treasure, and like supposedly like the curse, like to, I don't know if it's like to lift the curse or something, like so many people have to die, or like before they find the treasure so many people have to die, and like that number of people has already like died that was working on the production of the show, and just like weird things, weird coincidences like that.
Right.
So I think that's strange. I'm gonna add that to my notes as well, because
You have a whole years of videos now to do.
There you
I
go.
know.
Plenty of research to do.
My notes are already so full.
Work never stops.
Look at, we're filling her up, Curly. We're not filling our list up with more movies to watch. We're giving her jobs.
Right, we're giving her more ideas to research.
You could give me some movies to watch though, because I'm trying to get into more of that.
Be careful saying that.
Her
Her and I together, oh my gosh. Thousands and thousands of movies.
Yeah, you'll never stop.
Really fast.
Yeah, I do get a lot of ideas just from watching their channels, or all of your channels, and I don't know, I recently did like the story behind Jaws, because I wanted to kind of do that. Yeah, I kind of wanted to do like videos like that. I mean, not go like full into it, but I might do something like that around Halloween, like look into some of like the horror movies and the backstories, things like that.
That was a really good video.
That would be interesting.
You had a lot of extra facts I didn't even know about. I have the poster too. Look, I have the poster too.
Aww, Jaws. That shark always looks so. That shark always looks so lonely to me. He just wanted friends. Just wanted somebody to play with. You know, it was just like playfully biting them and shit, and people took it out of context.
Yeah, you're right. I think we've interpreted the movie like completely wrong this entire time.
Yeah, totally. The shark just wanted to play. It was lonely.
You gonna come cage diving with me, Curly?
What happened?
You gonna come cage diving with me, Curly?
Oh, sure. Let's go. Let's do it. 47 meters down.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I've seen that one. No, thank you.
Well, I wonder if Nye's not gonna make it.
Aww.
Can I just check 1 second, see if she's in the Instagram?
Yeah, go ahead. Nye, come back.
I can hear you.
Oh, we know. We can hear you too. Yeah. Oh shit. It'd be cool if Night came on.
I don't think she's
Yeah.
there yet.
Aw.
Aww. Nice. Where are you?
No.
I'm back. I don't see her in the chat, so maybe it took a bit longer to get coming home. That's a long shift.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
she
it's a
worked.
long way home and the traffic will be crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Makes for a long day too. I would
Yeah.
be too tired myself, I think.
Same.
Were you off today, Curly?
I work and I'm working tomorrow morning.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, it's my work weekend,
Oh, I didn't know that.
fortunately.
Mm.
Yeah, I was off last weekend. Remember when we were supposed to do the watch party, but we didn't do it? I was off then.
Okay.
This is my work weekend. It sucks to have to work every other weekend. I tell you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do. I don't like it.
Mm, sucks.
Terrence
First
says
films on
first film's
Shutter.
better.
Oh yeah, I watched some of the episodes. Like I think I watched one on The Exorcist, and I might have watched one on The Crow and The Poltergeist.
Yeah, I just made a Shutter account, so I'm gonna be checking all that out.
Mm.
Because
There's
I
lots of
actually.
supernatural stuff on there.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
a
yeah.
lot to see on there. Sure.
Nice.
They put stuff on here and there. I'm finding I'm getting more into it because I have friends that are telling me things I should watch, and then
Yeah.
you get more excited about it, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they update fairly recently on there, like
They do,
uh,
yeah.
fairly
And if do
regularly.
you have Tubi?
I have Tubi.
Yeah, because that's
Now
always
that's a
probably
true
the
gem right there. So many
Hmm.
hidden gems on Tubi.
Yeah. I think that's where I found the Jaws movies.
Mm.
Terrence. I
I
once
just
saw an
watched the
ad
first
for a
and second.
paint called Spectrex. One coat on a wall, and the ghost can't pass through it. Oh, you're funny.
Sounds very practical.
That's true.
You're so funny, Terrence.
If you are really scared of ghosts, just cover yourself head to toe with
Oh
that
yeah.
paint,
Yeah, because
right?
you would need that when you're outside or something. You
Yeah, they
can't like
can't
just
even
be
approach
going.
you. You know, like how when people post those memes when they asking, would you spend a whole night in a haunted house for $1 billion? Totally. Just give me that spray paint. I'll just cover myself with it and just chill.
Exactly.
You're funny.
Hell yeah.
Well, what should we do? It's been an hour and a half.
Hmm.
So, how about if we ask one more question? Kick, guys, last question in the chat. Put them through, and we'll get to those questions, and then
First person to ask it gets to be the last question on the chat. Let's go.
go and go.
And
Oh,
go.
guess who it is?
Terrence?
Ding, ding, ding. I would love to stay in a haunted
Shocking.
house. That's not a question.
Yeah, that's a
Serious
question,
question.
Terrence. That's a comment.
Oh, okay. Here it is. What do you know about the Wendigo?
Isn't
uh,
that the one that's like a deer with like a skull head?
Yeah,
is that what it is?
antlers.
Yeah.
They
Or
move the
yeah.
antlers. The
Oh,
Wendigo.
antlers. That was a Wendigo? Okay, it's been a while since I've seen that.
That thing would creep me out. I know there's like a cryptids group in Pennsylvania, and I guess people have claimed to see that in Pennsylvania too.
Mhm.
um, I don't know. I am gonna look into that one. Because that just like when I saw an image of it, like it just freaked me out. I thought, what if I
Is
did
it like
see?
Native American?
Yeah, I
I think
think
it's
so.
native,
I
right?
feel like yeah, there's a lot of cryptids that are that date back to Native American folklore. That's what I've been finding out. Like the Thunderbird is another big one that's like
You're
Native
done.
American stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was the
That could
Wendigo. We
have
didn't
been.
even realize
Wendigo.
that.
Mother and baby.
No.
It
Stop
was
screaming.
spying on us this whole time.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. We couldn't see like close enough to see if it had a skeleton head. It might have.
Terrence
That
says, I read somewhere that Wendigo can make people go crazy and start killing people.
Explain
Ooh,
all of the serial killers, huh?
I
that's
thought it was like a curse kind of thing, and then a creature comes and kills people.
Yeah, I thought it was the
oh,
creature that
maybe
like
it is.
haunted you and stalked you
Yeah.
and killed you.
Ooh. Yeah.
Well,
I'm
there
gonna
you go.
have to
Now
look
we all
into
have
that.
homework to do. Good question, Terrence.
Absolutely.
Oh, trash stash. Do you think if a doctor sued someone else's hands on you, would you inherit their palm fortune?
My this is I don't know because I thought about that like when my brother broke both of his legs, he had to have a piece of a cadaver bone put into his leg, so he has someone
Damn.
else's bone in his body. And I thought about that. I'm like, I mean, I've heard stories of people having like heart surgery, like getting a new heart, and then they take on some kind of a personality trait from the person that had that heart before them, or some kind of organ. Like stuff like that does happen. I don't know about the palm fortune, but
Mm.
I never thought about it.
But
What's that
isn't that
movie?
weird that a person will get personality traits from a heart? Isn't personality in the brain? Like, what does it have to do with the
I don't
heart?
know. I
It's so
don't know
weird.
if
It's
it's like
weird.
the cells of that other person. It
I
I
think it was a movie about it too, if I'm not mistaken. Some movie about how somebody got a heart transplant and the person from the transplant was evil, so the person started to become
ooh.
There was the movie
like
about the guy that got his arm, and he says, "I want my arm back." And he becomes like a serial killer because the guy was
yeah,
a
yeah, I
serial
Oh
remember
killer.
that
yeah.
one with the arm. Yeah, I think
I like
Terrence
that
recommended that one to me. I remember that one.
one. So how does your
Evil
brother
arm.
feel about that? I can't stop thinking about that now.
Hmm. Yeah,
Like,
it's creepy.
I don't know.
just I've never heard of that before.
I didn't
I
know that was even possible. I would think that the body would reject like a foreign object.
yeah, I don't know. I don't remember where exactly I researched that, but yeah, it was something with like getting someone else's organs. Like you can some I don't know. It's I don't know how that would work. I
Hmm.
guess if your body takes to it and you have a piece of someone else inside of you, maybe it does something
Mm.
spiritually.
Yeah.
Creepy, creepy, creepy.
Terrence
Yeah.
says it's the movie's called Body Parts. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
body parts. Yeah, the
Yeah.
one with the killer arm. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, it's a good one actually. I watched that a long time ago. Years
Oh,
ago.
nice.
It's a fun one.
Yeah, I'll
Well,
check it out.
kids, is that it for questions? Nye, where are you? It's okay. She can watch the replay.
Yeah.
And you can come on again some other time too.
I would love to.
Yeah, you can tell us all your updated stuff that you learn.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It makes sense since it's charged with their energy, just like an object can pick up good or bad energy.
That's true. That's one way to look at it for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, guys. Well, Curly, you need to go to sleep. You gotta work
Hmm.
tomorrow.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And Sarah, I don't have it there yet, but I'll link your channel below. It's Search with Sarah on YouTube, and you're on Instagram too. Happy Little Ghost. The
Yes.
Happy Little Ghost. Sorry, I
A
always
happy
forget.
little ghost.
A Happy Little Ghost.
Thank you. Yes.
Anthony's saying, good night, all. Wonderful stream as always. Terrence says, good night, everyone. See you
Company.
next
Good
week.
Goodbye.
night.
Trash Stash. Later, guys. Good talking. Yeah, thanks everybody
Later.
so much for stopping by. We had a really
Everybody
good
for
turnout
stopping
today.
by. Night.
Good night, everybody. Okay, yeah, we'll have you back on again, and we'll get Nye to watch the replay. Yeah, she probably just got caught up because it's pretty late now. So.
Oh yeah, I definitely
But
understand.
next time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next time for
Yes,
sure.
thank you again.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks
so
for
much.
stopping by. Really nice chatting with you and meeting
It was
you.
so much fun. Yes, nice meeting you both.
Bye,
Oh,
guys.
bye.
Bye.